I was in the Army from '82 to '88. I was a helicopter pilot. I was in college. I saw the program go from high school to flight school. My goal was to go into the military and fly helicopters. And when I saw the Army had that program, I jumped for it. After the military, I applied for the NYPD. I flew commercially for a while, and when I finally got called up by the NYPD, I went on with them. Joined the American Legion 2002. I had a friend of mine who was involved in the Legion. He was involved in the American Legion post with the Downtown Athletic Club. Downtown Athletic Club is where they originally had the Heisman Trophy and everything. Went to an event with them, Fleet Week, during Fleet Week, and we were invited. A bunch of us were invited. This was in 2001, and it was Memorial Day weekend, 2001. Went there, had a great time, met a bunch of great guys. Thought it was a great event. We left, but in the process of meeting those guys, you know, we exchanged the cards and everything back and forth. Later on that year, obviously September 11th that year, 9/11 happened. And not only was there concern for myself and the other guys that they had met, but it was also, what do you need? What can we do? At that point, it was pretty early in the day, so we didn't know. The only thing we knew was gloves and respirators. So he said, listen, we need gloves and respirators. Next you know is, it must have been like 2.5 hours later, we get a call. Hey, Sean, there's a truck at the gate looking for you. Looking for me. And especially, you know, when you hear, you know, a box truck on that day, everybody's got their, you know, did you know anything about this truck? I'm like, no. And the guy was very insistent. You know, he knew my name, he knew all my information. Went out there, went out to the gate, the forward gate, and found out that it was from one of the members of that American Legion post. And he had them, I don't know how he got it, but there was boxes upon boxes of respirators, and not only the cheap little ones, but I mean the really nice ones. Really nice respirators, and tons of gloves, work gloves. Anything from your regular garden glove to the real high-end work gloves, you know, all leather, and it was just packed in there. And he says, "Yeah, this is for you guys." And he gave me the name, and I started laughing, and it said, "Yeah, from your brothers and sisters, the American Legion post." What I saw from this post, from the guys in this post, was what I've come to find out is the norm of the Legion, not the exception. That's the norm of the Legion. It's just, you know, but it was that part that I saw that really wanted me to get involved. I got involved in that post. And from that post, when I got involved in the county and beyond, I saw that yeah, there's a lot of good that the Legion does. And it's really good to give back. The reason our post changed its name was because, obviously, we lost the Downtown Athletic Club. After 9/11, we were no longer allowed to hold meetings there. And we had gone through several different names, so we were attempting to look at. Then one time we were walking out of a county meeting, and the county commander at the time, Bob Corrigan, had mentioned to Fang. He says, you know, I just wish we had gotten the 9/11 post up during my tenure. I wish we'd gotten that for Dick Pedro. I asked, you know, what are you talking about? And they said, no, we want to get this 9/11 post, and we already have the name for it, and Dick wants to start one. He wants one to be in Manhattan and in New York County, which is Manhattan. I'm thinking, you know, it was an easy mix. It was an easy crossover. We needed a name. They needed a post to go with the name. We combined the two. We married the two, and it worked out perfect. And just before that, what made it even better is we had found a base and a home on the Intrepid. So, you know, here we are, the 9/11 Memorial Post in Manhattan on the USS Intrepid. When we start to tell people what we do, and I actually don't like selling. I'm not a salesperson. That's not me. It's not in my nature. What I do is I tell them, come to a meeting, come see what we do. If you like it, join us. The American Legion is a way to give back. You know, you see these young men and women come back, and they come over and thank you. Hey, listen, that was great. What you did for us was great. What you showed us was great. This is what we need. And knowing that we're doing good is going to keep me in there forever.